Let me tell you why it's important to be selective on who you do life with, who you allow to speak into your life, and whose life you speak into. We need to be selective of our friendships, our dating relationships, and who we marry. Because if they worship something and love something more than God Himself, chances are what they worship can become what we fall in love with if we're not careful. This is certainly the case for King Ahab. He was a king over the southern kingdom of modern day Palestine, which was called Judah way back when. And this guy was anointed, he was blessed, he had mission and purpose in his life. Then one day he fell in love with a woman named Jezebel. You might recall Jezebel. We say oftentimes in Christian circles the Jezebel spirit. Well, Jezebel did not love the same things that King Ahab loved. She loved a deity called Baal, and these things called the Sherapuls, which are a form of little g god, pagan deities that were completely abominable when it comes to worshiping Yahweh. And so King Ahab allowed Jezebel to be a part of his life, and the influence of her life became so profound that he misplaced his love for God for her gods, and it wreaked havoc on his life. A lot of people died under his leadership after he fell in love with Jezebel. It was very tragic. And so what I'm trying to say is, if we're not selective, we're not have a filter on who we are allowing in, we may just have a problem on our hands where what they worship becomes what we worship, and the havoc is wreaked on our life because God is no longer on the throne of our hearts, because we are spending ample time with someone that does not love God. What I'm not saying is don't be friends. You can be friends with sinners. Certainly Jesus warranted that name, friend of sinners. But we need to be mindful. If we are really spending a lot of time with people that don't know God, we need to be on guard, extra prayerful, because we don't want to misplace the love and affection that we have for God for someone else's God. That might be money, fame, status, and fill in the God of choice, or the object of worship of choice. So just be careful, because certainly for King Ahab, it was tragic. Read First Kings for more context and more details. If you want me to put some more details, let me know. But moral of the story is, hey bro, be careful on who you partner with.